Yeah, good morning, Lawrence. Fantastic weather conditions here up at the Ashley Forest Rallysprint. We are set for an exciting battle between Hayden Paddon and Sloane Cox at the top of our Pub Charity Unlimited four-wheel drive class. But as much as it's about the guys at the front, we've still got the rest of the field, of course, our brand mechanical rally four-wheel drive class as well. Our unlimited two-wheel drive class brought to us by Secure Scaffold. Classic two-wheel drive cars, as you can see there on screen, heading on up, and of course our classic two-wheel drive class, Lawrence, brought to us by Demon Decals and Design.
Yes, also the 1301 to 1600cc two-wheel drive class brought to us here this weekend by Parks Engineering, and the 0 to 1300cc by Skip2U, and also the cross cars, which are brought to you by Wymac Bins. Of course, they'll all be trying to qualify for the top 32 runoff down to the top 16, so the elimination process starts. Then the top 8, then the top 4, our semi-final, and of course the final with the final two cars, and the quickest of the final two cars will be declared the 2023 Raytac Ashley Forest Rallysprint winner.
As we see the next car coming up to the line, this of course the Hyundai.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Let's go some fun.
Definitely.
EV Kona rally car.
See the lights flicking away there. Away. And listen to the sound of this. I'll tell you what, that's just like watching Logan's Run. I don't know, you probably weren't around when Logan's Run was on, but Logan's Run on TV, that's what watching Hayden Paddon in the EV.
This will be a quick time. You thought Phil Campbell was quick at a 38 up to the Repco hairpin. He's already up into noters, and you won't really hear too much of this car before you see it.
Well, be very quick uphill because EVs are very got heaps of torque, and there we go through the Repco hairpin.
That was just,
and we'll get the time. That will be the quickest so far, I'd suggest.
36.71.
36.71. So you're looking. This one could be under the minute.
Well,
it could be very close to the minute. We'll just see how fast he is downhill. Here he comes through the Kumho Tyres finish line at a time of. Wait for it.
Yeah, just waiting for it. Oh, the cows in the background there.
58.81. We've broken the minute mark already for Hayden Paddon in the EV.
Yeah, not surprised by that one, Lawrence. Very quick car, and of course that won last year, so very quick car. And as we see car number 2 coming up to the line, so we're right towards the top end of town for our Pub Charity Unlimited four-wheel drive class. That's the man from Rotorua. Yeah,
that's Sloane Cox, of course, in the Hill Climb Special, the car that was built up for the Pikes Peak Hill Climb in the USA. Now, it's a little bit untidy off the line there, just the ruts playing a bit of havoc for Sloane Cox. But this potentially could be the fastest time, but how much is that wind going to affect his performance up the hill there, Nathan?
Yeah,
up and down the hill.
Well, of course, because it's blowing from right to left, left to right as we look at it here on screen, and it's not too bad here within the forest. It shouldn't be so bad here. The trees are blocking a fair amount of wind, and it's more in the open spaces here. Sloane Cox down to the Repco hairpin. This
could well be the fastest to the Repco hairpin. What have we got? Around about 37, 38?
35.95.
35.95 to the Repco hairpin. Through the plough dipper. And, he's fair flying. This is going to be the fastest time so far as he comes through the Kumho Tyres finish line in a time of
57.14. 5714, so 5714.
57.14, and Hayden Paddon was a 58. I said this is the guy that was going to take it to Hayden Paddon this weekend, and I'm not wrong.
Got
here we go.
Quantock. Car 8, David Quantock, the AP4 Skoda, built of course by Andrew Hawkswood and the team at Force Motorsport. competed in the New Zealand Rally Championships in the hands of Glenn Inkster before being swept up by David Quantock and the Q Rally Sport team. 38.76 was the split time up to the Repco hairpin for David Quantock, and a 101.91. The quickest run today so far. He comes through the Repco hairpin at a fair pace.
Yeah, he's fair flying.
36.58. That's a brilliant time up to the Repco hairpin. That is flying there for David Quantock.
Yes, he is first in the Lime Rocks Road Shingle Sprint, first in the Autosport Cusp Gravel Sprint, and third overall at Rakaia Zigzag Gravel Sprint.
59.16. 59.16. So David Quantock under the minute and moves currently, as it stands, into position number 2. That is a stellar time there for David Quantock. So coming from the Winmax brakes by Paddon Rally Sport staging area is car number 4, the Mitsubishi Mirage. Michael Tall comes up to the line. The Supercars Indoor Raceway start line.
Sponsored by 4-wheel drive upgrades, spec, performance and submit.
So Michael Tall, 7th quickest after 2 runs. He is on the minute.
And his wife Lorna will be giving him instructions up the hill.
I'm not sure if I would have my other half in the co-driver seat there. Of course, you know, you can have a bit of confidence going through the co-driver, just enjoying a ride, and he is very wide up to the Repco hairpin, running up on the bank.
Well, the 4-wheel upgrades car is certainly trying. Mike Toole, a former New Zealand gravel hill climb champion, and former New Zealand seal hill climb champion.
So 37.12, so 0.3 of a second improvement here for Michael Toole. Is that going to be enough to go under the minute here for the man from Christchurch? 1:00:32, so not enough to get under the minute here for Michael Toole. So only a few cars left to go here for our third round of qualifying for day 1 of the Raytec Ashley Forest Rally Sprint for 2023.
And here he is, Neil Webb, former runner-up here at the Ashley Forest Rally Sprint. He's self-employed at Webb Contracting. The Mitsubishi Mirage 4-wheel drive, 1993. Brought from a lovely old lady in Blenheim, apparently.
One careful owner and one not so careful owner now.
Well, he's competed here at Ashley Forest in 2010, 2011, 2016, 2018 and 2022. He was third in 2016, second in 2018 and third in 2022.
5th quickest after 2 runs with a 1 minute flat .11, and coming sideways out of the hairpin.
He's certainly on the limit there in the wee Mirage.
36.93, so 0.3 of a second.
That's a very good split time to the Repco hairpin. Yeah,
down by 0.3 to run number 2 though. So be close to the minute mark here for Neil Webb. 59.63, so he has gone under the minute here.
Okay, next up is Hayden Paddon.
So what's happened to Sloane Cox? He should have been next in our queue. So here is the Hyundai AP20 plus.
6 times New Zealand Rally Champion, 2011 Production World Rally Champion, Hyundai Motorsport Factory World Rally Championship driver, 2016 WRC Rally Argentina winner, and most recently 2023 FIA European Rally Champion.
So quickest split time in run 1 is a 35.95, so he will be pushing here at coming through Nodas, setting himself up now for the Repco hairpin. Can he go sub 35 up to the Repco hairpin for Hayden Paddon? 35.42, 42. So it is his quickest split time to the Repco hairpin by 5/10 of a second, half a second for Hayden Paddon here.
Here he comes. Down through the Kumho tyres, finish line for Hayden Paddon.
55.78. 55.78. That is the quickest run today.
Just slightly slower than last year's winning time in the EV.
So, Lawrence, we will sign things off here from day one of the 2023 Ashley Forest Rally Sprint.
Welcome to day two of the Raytech Ashley Forest Rally Sprint, and what action we saw yesterday, Nathan Clive. Of course, setting the pace, of course, was Hayden Paddon in both of his cars, the EV and the petrol-powered Hyundai as well, and David Quantock right up there as well.
Good morning, Lawrence. Yeah, fantastic conditions. A little bit windy up there, up on the hill this morning for day two here at the Raytech Motorsport Ashley Forest Rally Sprint. And as we've got the top 20 here,
we've got Hayden Paddon in the Hyundai, 55.78 is fastest. Car number 20, Hayden Paddon, the EV Hyundai, 56.14. Third quickest, Sloane Cox in the Mitsubishi, 57.14. Fourth quickest, the surprise of yesterday was David Quantock in the Skoda, a 59.16.
I mean, that's a pretty good effort for day one yesterday.
Okay, we've got 20-year-old Harry Silcock from Rangiora on the line. Of course, we've seen him before in the cross car, so he's doing double duty this weekend. He's sponsored by North Canterbury Elite Trailers and Floats. Also, Smith and Silcock Transport, Dunedin Goldsmiths, B.A. Murray Agricultural Contractors, Weld Works and Carter's Tyres.
And Harry's having a really good run here in the Toyota Starlet for a first time. He is 43rd overall, best time for him, a 1:14.49, and a really good drive considering that this is his first attempt in the Starlet up here at the hill. Of course, he is double entered in the Wymack Bins cross car class, so having two runs here to give him some good guidance on road conditions.
Well, Harry finished third overall in the New Zealand Hill Climb Champs. That's a bit of an achievement in a wee Starlet.
A 45.86, so best split time by over a second and a half, and gets it all crossed up there.
Oh, he's hit the bank and over.
Yeah, so just coming to grief there at the exit of the dipper, just caught the bank and just a nice wee soft up onto the roof there.
Coming up to the supercar start line, it is Stuart Reid, all the way from Brisbane in Australia. It's a Group B Mazda RX-7 built by Richard Kelsey, and of course previously campaigned by Bert Murray. Of course, he won the Queensland Rally Championship in 1994 in a GT4 Celica. Did Stuart Reid.
As I say, Stuart Reid is leading the Demon Decals and Design Classic two-wheel drive class after 3 rounds.
It's his third visit to Ashley Forest. And of course, previously, on the previous occasion, he was here in Tim McIver's Escort.
So 23rd quickest yesterday after 3 runs for Stuart with that time of 1:07.42.
Through the Repco hairpin he goes.
So 42.10, 42.10 is the split time, not the fastest. Up to the Repco hairpin of 41.66 yesterday was the quickest split time for Stuart Reid from Brisbane, Australia.
Downhill he comes, about to go through the Kumho Tyres finish line.
1:07.73 1:07.73. So Mr. Consistency, 3 runs in the 1:07s. And Stuart Reid very happy with that. He will be the one to beat here in the Demon Decals and Design Classic 2-wheel drive field.
Car number 13, of course we didn't see him yesterday. All he has to do is, from Mandeville, all he has to do is put in a superb time to make the top 32 and he'll be straight through, even though he hasn't previously done a run, but it's a bit of a tall ask. And of course another one of the committee here for the Ashley Forest Rally Sprint this year.
Doesn't sound like it's 100% on tune there as he makes his way up. He wasn't competing yesterday, had some problems for Stefan Moser-Rust, so he's giving it his all out there.
Yes,
and another one carrying a big wing, another one who has come to mind was Barry Robinson Chevette in the mid-80s. Of course, that carried quite a wing on it.
Yes, also Kim Austin in the Chevette as well. Okay, coming downhill.
So just waiting to see if we're going to get a split time from the Repco hairpin for Stefan Moser-Rust.
Well, he actually finished 4th in the Reclare Zigzag Gravel Sprint this year and 5th in the Cust Gravel Sprint.
So 40.08 was the split time for Stefan Moser-Rust at the Repco hairpin.
And that's a good split time, so he may be well quick enough to make that top 32.
Well, he is with a 1:06.37, 1:06.37. That is good enough for 21st overall with a run this morning.
Well, that should secure a spot in the top 32 for Stefan Moser-Rust. Car number 2, Sloane Cox, all the way from Rotorua. Now, Sloane has won this event before and came very close to winning it last year with that battle with Hayden Paddon. Just a small mistake was the difference, really. In the Teslo Engineering, AJ's Abraham Driveline Automotive, SI Lodic.
And he had a fair few problems getting going there. He disappeared into the dust and sounded like he was struggling to find some gears, but he's away now, and up through the uphill kink comes Sloane Cox from Rotorua.
Oh, I think he's got an issue. He's slowed. Oh, he's back on it again.
Yeah, so obviously still trying to come to grips after rebuilding this car yesterday. So this will be just a bit of a test qualifying run here for him, so he can get that sorted. And
nice line out of the Repco hairpin. We'll see how he comes out of the Plough Hotel Dipper.
So
a bit wide off the apex there. Gets a little bit untidy.
40.87.
Oh, he's very untidy here. Let's hope he can get it. Oh, no, he's hit the bank and spun around.
Just before the Kumho Tyres finish line there, he's clipped that wooden fence that's been erected to keep the houses away there. And not the way that Sloane Cox would have wanted to finish this run.
Yeah, you just see he's oversteer coming down and then overcorrects the other way and then just can't back out of it at that stage, and then it's a spin around, just takes the, oh, look at the damage on the back to the aerofoil.
Yeah, it's gone in frontwards into the wooden wall there, so the Parks Recovery team will have to head on down to collect up Sloane's car.
And how close was he to making the finish line?
Well, he did get a time.
He did get a time, so he did actually set off the timing beam.
Yep, because he's right by the finish line there at 1:04.79, so you can see the tire marks there as the ambulance comes on down, and 21 degrees for the hill here at Ashley, 37% humidity, and a good breeze coming through up to 35 kilometres in a wind speed. So the wind is playing havoc, as it has been throughout the weekend here. We can see the tape and the flags flying around the course.
And here we go, Steve Pass, the man from Mandeville, and the Holden Commodore V8.
Steve lighting it up in the Holden Commodore. course, one of our secure scaffold unlimited two-wheel drive competitors.
It's a 308 V8, Richmond gearbox, coil-over suspension. And he's an ex-WRC mechanic. Sponsored by Cassidy Davis Electrical. And this isn't his first visit to Ashley Forest either. So he's been doing a few shingle sprints this year. He finished 19th at Limeworks Road Shingle Sprint and 20th at the Cust Gravel Sprint.
So here comes Steve Pabst, lined himself up there for the Ripco hairpin. So 44.29 to the split at the Ripco hairpin. So he has gone marginally faster in the qualifying rounds. But of course, all resets here for split times. And times they're aiming to make their top 16 cutoff.
He's an aircraft engineer and he's also into a bit of sim racing. Oh, I think he's had a bit of an incident here. Yes, look at that, he spun around. So trying very, very hard. We'll have to catch that time and see what he's done. But I tell you what, he was lucky. Look how close he is to the fence.
Yeah, he's the grass verge.
He was on the verge of going through that fence.
So he did cross the beams there at 1:11.58. And that will conclude our top 32 runoff.
I think we're into our cross car final.
Top 32 elimination.
I mean, we've got Mike Toole on the supercart start line. That's the four-wheel drive upgrades car.
So 107 is currently the bubble for the top 16. And that sits with car 14, David Nixon. So he is on the bubble in the top 16, as we see Mike Toole here at the start line.
It's Mitsubishi Mirage four-wheel drive 1993, brought from a lovely old lady in Blenheim, apparently. Slowly evolved and modified over the years as the budget allowed.
This car for Michael Toole here, only driven on weekends, not really pushed too much, is the Michael Toole Mitsubishi Mirage. Just takes it out for a Sunday drive and a Saturday drive from time to time. Into the Repco hairpin, nicely through the Repco hairpin. Good Scandinavian flip there at the Repco hairpin. Haven't had a split come through for the Repco hairpin yet, so Michael Toole
did the Leadfoot Festival back in 2020, came fourth overall.
35.99, what a split time there for Michael Toole.
This is going to be a beauty. This will be under the minute, probably around 58, 57, a high 57 maybe, which would be a personal best for Michael Toole.
58.05, 58.05, second quickest here in our 32. For Michael Toole, last car, and it is car 1, Hayden Paddon from Cromwell, the Hyundai AP420 i20 Plus.
Yes, won the European Rally Championship this year. He was the first EV to win a Motorsport New Zealand event back in 2022.
So looking for a 34 here from Hayden Paddon. He's yet to drop into the 34s in the splits here. Is this car?
He's got sponsorship from Mike Greer Homes, Valvoline, Bailey Caravans, Ripco, Signbiz, Hyundai New Zealand, Z Energy, Makita, Mitre 10 Trade, Barbucks, Pirelli, OPM, Racer Products, South Canterbury Road Safety, Winmax, Ben Nevis Station, Highlands Motorsport Bar.
33.91, what a split time to the Ripco hairpin. Folks, hold on here, 33.91. This is an outstanding run here.
It could go close to the record. I think is the best to the hairpin has been about a 32. So through the Kumo Tyres finish line in a time of
54.08, 54.08. is the time set there by Hayden Paddon, 54.08.
So that's about a second and a half off the outright record here at Ashley Forest.
That is the quickest split we have seen all weekend, 33.91. A quality time there from Hayden Paddon, of course, turning that car up each run.
Well, it looks like we've got Jared Owens at the Superkart start line. Jared, of course, current New Zealand cross-car hill climb champion. Got second to Hayden Paddon in the New Zealand Hill Climb Championship this year. That's car number 56 from Christchurch, Jared Owens. He's sponsored by Solar Solutions, One Vision Security, Powerman Electrical, and his beautiful wife.
Jared making his way up through the uphill kink now towards Notas. You just watch how low these cars are sit to the ground. Very little ground clearance between the car and the road there as he works his way now to the Repco hairpin.
He's actually sponsored, he actually lives in West Melton, just south of Christchurch. And he competed in the 2017 New Zealand 1 hour endurance race. In 2018, he finished third in New Zealand Endurance Championship.
A 38.43, so we got a split time for Jared Owens. So round about what he ran this morning. He comes through to the Kumo Tyres finish line. A 101.64, 101.64 plays Harry Silcock, 102.58. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here at the end of our top 16 elimination run.
Car number 8, David Quantock in the Skoda from Christchurch.
Fresh boots on.
Oh, okay.
By the looks of it
yes.
here.
And what's he got on there? Can you
Pirellis.
see? Pirellis. He's got brand new Pirellis on. So he's getting serious this time. Is David Quantock.
Yeah, had a quick catch up with him down in the pits during the lunch break, and he's very happy to go under the minute. And they're bolting on new tyres the last set, going to take him through to the end of the run. They were debating whether to keep the older tyres on for another run, but by the looks of that, he's gone for new tyres for an all-out attack.
Yeah, well, it's a case of you can't really take too many chances. If you make a slight mistake, you can be out.
So here comes David Quantock up to the Repco hairpin.
Very shallow line, a bit of a Scandinavian flick into the Repco hairpin, and good traction out of it.
So 36.65 is the split time for David Quantock to the Repco hairpin.
Here he comes through the Plough Hotel Dipper. And he'll probably straight line it down through to the Kumo Tyres finish line. Here he comes.
This should be a good time here for third quickest with a 58.50. So he's gone and improved once again, 58.50. Another quick time for David Quantock.
Those new tyres doing the business.
1:11.12, best run of the weekend for Shane Padgett.
So he's set the marker and the benchmark for the two other competitors.
And it's Tim McDonald who is chasing down that time.
In the DX Corolla, Tim McDonald from Amberley, which is about 20 minutes down the road, I believe. The DX Corolla gets a good start there.
So he's heading up the hill and begins the climb. 1:12.20 is the best time of the weekend so far for Tim McDonald.
And just watching his lines there, just kissing the apexes there, that's great to see. Keeps it pretty tidy at this stage. Yeah, very tidy indeed so far. Hasn't put a step wrong. It's just whether his car's got the power to take this title out through the Repco hairpin and just gets a wee bit wide. So would have lost a bit of ground out of there. And what was the split time there, Nathan?
44.38. 44.38 is the split time there for Tim McDonald.
Not too bad a split as he comes through the Plough Hotel Dipper nicely through there. Very tidy indeed. Coming down, he'll straight line it down to the Kumo Tyres finish line. in a time of
1:10.68.
So he provisionally takes the lead now of the Parks Engineering 1301 1600cc class.
And all eyes now full onto car number 43 of Kerry Sloan as we're watching Tim McDonald here just navigate the dip in the road.
That was a very, very good time from
Tim McDonald. And
now we've got the Repco car there of Kerry Sloan, the favourite to win this class, but he's got to pull finger a wee bit because I'll tell you what, that time from Tim McDonald was a beauty.
Yeah, it was. We haven't seen Kerry into the 110s yet this weekend.
So it's going to be do or die for Kerry Sloan this time around as he heads up that long straight, or the short straight, whichever way you look at it. Yeah, nice apex there, sort of just got a wee bit taily, just going into that right-hand kink, into noters now.
So he wants to be looking at the time, so he wants to be a low 44, even a high 43 to be ahead of Tim McDonald up to the Repco hairpin.
Yeah, not quite as tidy as Tim McDonald. Just lost a bit of ground also out of the Repco hairpin.
Yeah, but he's quick though, 43.16. Absolutely smashed the time of Tim McDonald to the Repco hairpin by over a second.
Okay, we could be looking at a 109, possibly even a high 108 here, as he'll straight line it down to the Kumo Tyres finish line. And he's trying hard. He's hard on the brakes as he comes down to the Raytec van.
Well, he's done even better than that. 108.72. 108.72. Blistering time there for that of Kerry Sloan.
Yeah, I did say it would be a high 108 or a low 109, so that's a good time for Kerry Sloan, and he will be your champion in the 1301 to 1600cc Parks Engineering class. The ex-Richard Kelsey car, the car that Bert Murray took to this title last year. And there you go, look at that tall first gear from the Series 1 RX-7. Done a lot of rallying in Australia. And he's competed, another one who's competed in the New Zealand Rally Championship as well as Stuart Reid previously.
Yeah, working his way up towards the Noders corner.
Yeah, not too bad through Noders there, and nice and tidy exit out of Noders into the Repco hairpin.
Top four need to start getting ready, please, if you haven't already. Top four.
That's a very good run out of the Repco hairpin, especially when you consider those ruts are starting to form down around there now. Through the Plough Hotel Tavern, Plough Hotel Dipper, sorry.
So 40.85, 40.85. Best split of the weekend here for Stuart Reid.
Oh, that's very good indeed. This is going to be a good time. Could be a 205 here for Stuart Reid.
105 potentially, maybe.
Oh, sorry, 105, not 205. Yep, through the Kumo Tyres finish line.
And to win the classic two-wheel drive by Demon Decals and Design, Stuart Reid 105.59, 105.59. Good enough to take victory in the Demon Decals and Design classic two-wheel drive.
And he'll go up in the standings too in the two-wheel drive classes. So yes, a victory there for Stuart Reid in the classic two-wheel drive Demon Decals and Design class for 2023. Second place to Tim McIver in the BDA Escort, and third to Phil Walker in the Series 1 RX-7. Another podium for Phil Walker. He's had a few of those. Okay, it looks like we've got Steve Pass, the first of the secure scaffold unlimited two-wheel drive class finalists.
Check out the co-driver by the name of Sloane Cox sitting in the co-driver's seat for a hoon in the Commodore.
There goes the big thumbs up.
Yeah, he's
from Sloane Cox.
The Holden Commodore of Steve Pabst spoke to him at the lunch break, and He said, look, I'll be honest, I've got no tyres left. What's on the car is what's on the car. He said, yeah, we ended up in the bank at the finish line, and that's because we were down to a little bit left on the tyres. So he's just going to go out there and have an absolute ball. He's just stoked to make the top 3 run off here for our Secure Scaffold Unlimited 2-wheel drive runoff, and he's going to fang that thing sideways and see if he can give Sloan the ride of his life.
This may not be the fastest ever time we see at Ashley Forest, but it's going to be one of the more spectacular as he comes round the Repco hairpin. And he's snaking it there out of the Repco hairpin.
I tell you what though, he's throwing it around, but a 43.39, that's nothing to sneeze at.
You sure that's not Sloan driving the car?
No, I definitely saw the helmet on the passenger side.
Yeah. Okay, as he comes down through the Plout Hotel Dipper, here he comes through the Kumo Tyres finish line, and he's reached the finish line, so they'll both be happy about that. I'm sure there's a grin from ear to ear from both of them. Look at the replay and we see the twin thumbs up.
A 1:10.83. 1:10.83 for Steve Pabst. It's not his quickest run of the weekend, but still out there having an absolute blast.
Car 32. It is Glenn Alcon on the just taken off from the Supercars Indoor Raceway start line, and it's a battle of the Aussies. You got Glenn Alcon and of course Stuart Reid.
Of course, two different classes,
of course. And Alcon will be trying to replicate his countryman and win this two-wheel drive title. Unlimited 2-wheel drive title here this afternoon, brought to us by Secure Scaffold as he rounds the Repco hairpin. Had to take 2 bites of the cherry at it, just about drove into the tyre and then changed his direction slightly.
So 41.65, best split time for Glenn Alcorn as he makes his way through the Plough Hotel Dipper.
Here he comes downhill, will be trying to keep it all together as he's about to come across the Kumo Tyres finish line, and he's got it all locked up, so he's definitely trying. Ooh, good time.
A 1:06.72, 1:06.72. That is his best run of the weekend.
Tell you what, if you check the fastest BDA escorts around here, he's right in amongst it. Chris Hay, car number 30 from Mosgiel. Now, can he be the first car here this afternoon to break a record? And I'm talking about the 2-wheel drive unlimited Secure Scaffold class record, which is a 1:09, and he is the current holder. And he said if he breaks this record, well, he doesn't have to come back next year, but I'm sure he will anyway.
So looking here for a run up the hill, up to notice comes Chris Hay.
Chris Hay, the world's fastest Toyota MR2.
Certainly giving it all he can here.
Of course, it has an Affinity engine in the rear.
Oh, he just made a little bit of a stake there through the dip at the Repco hairpin. So a 39.80, 39.80. So he is well up on Glenn Alcorn at the Repco hairpin.
But I don't think that's going to be quite good enough to make it under the minute mark for Chris Hay as he comes through the Kumo Tyres finish line.
$104.11. That will give another victory here to Chris Hay.
That'll be
Secure Scaffold Unlimited 2-wheel drive.
That'll be win number 13 in the Unlimited 2-wheel drive class, brought to you by Secure Scaffold for Chris Hay.
So we've got through our class battles. We've whittled them down from a field of 50. We've taken through our top 32. We've split them in half down to 16, cut them again to 8, then down to 4, and now we are down to just 2 cars left to determine the 2023 Raytech Motorsport Ashley Forest Rally Sprint winner.
This is it. This is the final. Hayden Paddon from Cromwell, car number 1 in the Hyundai New Zealand. Hyundai i20 in, about to take the start. And I think he's got new boots on there, has he? And good start off the line there. And I think this could be the run that the record goes. If it's going to go this afternoon, it's going to be this run. And down the straight, he's running quick already.
So he wants to be in the 32s here to get down into a 52-second run. And
see there, he was kissing the apex of the corner there. Nicer run there out of Notas this time around. Through to the Repco hairpin, sends it into there. And he's got the loud pedal down. He's got the jangles on as he heads downhill.
It's a 32.43. 32.43.
The record is on as he comes out of the Plough Hotel Dipper. He'll straight line it down here. Is a very, very fast time as he comes through the Kumo Tyres finish line. He needs to beat 52.77 to beat the record.
It's a new record for Hayden Paddon, 52 dead, 52.00. Put the mark in the stamp on it, Hayden Paddon.
There you go. You can say you saw the record go at Ashley Forest. You were there when Hayden Paddon beat the record, his own record here at Ashley Forest in the 2023 Raytech Ashley Forest Rally Sprint.
Wow. What a run.
Here we go, car number 3, the Webb Contracting Thailand Mitsubishi Mirage of Neil Webb. Unless he's a magician, I can't see him beating Hayden Paddon here, mate. I think, he'll have to settle for second place, I'd say, but we'll see what sort of time Neil can do here. It may well be a personal best.
So Neil Webb, he's going to try and push his way through. He's done a 55.22 and the top 4. He's going to lay it all on the line here in the Mitsubishi Mirage.
Well, we've seen the record go once again here at Ashley Forest. It stood for, I think, around about,
34.67. So again, another solid run, 34.67. Should be on target for a 55 here for Neil Webb from Blenheim.
It's 5 years since that record has been broken for Hayden Paddon, breaking his own record, and the time for Neil Webb through the Kumo Tyres finish line.
55.63, 55.63, 55.63, 55.63 for Neil Webb. So that means Hayden Paddon is now 4 times winner.
Yes, he's set history 4 times. He's won the Ashley Forest Rally Sprint, one more than the likes of Possum Bourne, Matt Summerfield and Steve Murphy. So we've seen history in the making here at Ashley Forest once again.
52.00, the new course record set by Hayden Paddon. 52.00. Incredible time there for Hayden Paddon. On behalf of Lawrence Sidnell, my name is Nathan Clive. Thanks so much for tuning in to the 2023 Raytech Motorsport Ashley Forest Rally Sprint. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon.